Hey guys, welcome back. Ricky here. Alright, so today we are sharpening my Sharpen fillet knife. Oddly enough, since my release of my comparison between different boning knives, I've gotten over a dozen people asking me to sharpen this knife and the Tojiro. Okay, so it seems people are having trouble sharpening these two knives. So today we're going to do the Sharpen, and then I'll do another video with the Tojiro coming out very soon. It's still fairly sharp, so I'm going to run the knife on the brick 20 times. And as you guys know, no knife has survived this test, even my Gihai with a Rockwell rating of 66. After 20 strokes, it was completely dull. Okay, and so this will be just as dull as any other knife that has been run on this brick here. Yes, I know, very painful to watch, but even worse to stand here and do it. Alright, okay, so I'm just wash it really quickly. Okay, so now the knife is completely dull, as you can see here. It's not going to cut anything. I'm just going to wet my stone real quickly. Alright, so this knife here, let's talk about the profile really quickly. You can see that it's got this beautiful constant radius. Okay, so this is not the knife that you would want to go straight up and down. You can, but you will risk creating flat spots over time. Okay, so this is going to be a kind of a stroke, single stroking session, or you can go back and forth, which is what I'll do. And so you look at the profile, you really can't see it from where you are, but this is like a 90-10 or like an 80-20 bevel. Okay, so I would say 80% of the bevel is on the right side and 20% is on the left side. So that basically dictates how long you want to spend on each side. So that essentially, if you want to keep the exact same profile and the exact same bevel on both sides, you want to make sure that you sharpen the right side longer than the left side. Okay, because if you sharpen them evenly, you will begin to kind of grind the edge out, and you will create a 50-50 bevel, which is fine. It will still perform just fine. But I want to keep the same bevel profile as the original factory grind. So I'm going to go with the left side first. Okay, and so this is how I'll sharpen it. You can go single stroke. Okay, but if you're going to go single stroke with this stone, it's going to take a little bit longer. I would recommend you go into a coarser stone. Okay, but because I am using a 3000 grit stone as my only stone today, I'm going to go this way. Okay, so this is going to allow me to get the knife sharpened on the up and the down stroke. Okay, and I'm applying very gentle pressure right now. And I'm moving up and down the stone. I'm taking my time, as you guys can see here. I'm not rushing anything. This is the key to this knife here, is you take your time, and you want to make sure that the top tip to the bottom tip of the knife gets evenly sharpened, and all that weight is evenly distributed. Okay, so you don't have to wait for a burr. Now the thing with this is, if you want to create a burr, you can. I'm actually going to go back and forth for a little bit, so I'm going to go another few strokes on this side. And if you want to, you can count your strokes. Okay, so that last session, that was about 20 strokes, so I'm going to add about 10 more strokes. Okay. Alright, so that was about 30 strokes total. Now you can try to feel for a burr, but chances are you won't really feel much. Okay, so I'm gonna go back this way now and do the same thing. You know what, I'm gonna make one quick adjustment here. I'm gonna add this to the bottom of the stone because it's slipping on me a little bit. The wooden base, the plastic bases aren't the best bases around. Okay, this should be much more stable. Here we go. Okay, and again, you're taking full strokes. And you're just going back and forth, making sure you go from tip to tip. Okay, that was about 20 strokes. Alright, that's 30 strokes. I'm going to go 10 more. Okay. So you're probably wondering, how would you sharpen a knife that has an 80-20, bevel? Just because it has an 80-20, it doesn't mean that you sharpen the right side 4 times as long. I mean, you can. That is probably the most exacting method, but I don't think you need to do that. In my experience, I just find that as long as you spend a little bit more time on the side with a steeper bevel, your knife will keep its factory angle relatively close to the original, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the left side, and we're gonna go maybe another, let's say 30 strokes, because that was what we did before. Okay. Okay, so it's really important that when you're doing this method, okay, you don't press on the outside, and you don't press when your knife is on an edge. Okay, very important you don't do that. So the only way that I know that you can keep your weight centered, okay, is by not pushing down really at all, and just allowing the weight of your hands and your knife kind of sustain that angle for you. Okay, you're not pushing down, you're simply guiding the knife. Okay, some people say you can put pressure on it. Well, you can. You really just have to have a delicate hand if you're going to apply any sort of pressure. At the moment you apply pressure and the knife is off-centered, it's really easy to grind the corners of the stone. Okay, so I don't like to apply pressure. I simply just let the knife do the work. Okay, and so we're going to go back now to the right-hand side. Okay, there's 20 strokes. Okay, that was 30 strokes. Okay, that was 40 strokes. Okay, so now, again, I'm gonna go back, but now I'm gonna start essentially starting my strop. And so what I'll do is I'm gonna go 1 stroke at a time. Okay, so I'm gonna go. You can go backwards or forwards. So I'm gonna go forwards this time, just because I feel like going forward. So I'm gonna go forward. Okay, we're gonna go 20 times. Okay, now we're gonna go 20 times on the right side. Okay, now we'll go down to 18 times. Okay, same thing to the right side. All right, we'll go down to 16. Same thing to the right side. Okay, now we'll go down to 14. All right, so just nice smooth strokes. Make sure you get from bottom tip to the top tip, or from tip to tip, whichever direction you guys choose to go. Okay, now we'll go down to 12. Okay, same thing, 12 times. All right, 10 times. Okay, 10 times. Okay. 8 times. Eight times. All right, so you're probably wondering, where is the burr? Okay, so the burr, what I'm doing now by reducing the strokes each time, you're standing that burr up and you're actually are removing it at a micro level. I'm gonna go 6 times. Okay, so each time I turn the knife, I'm actually making that burr stand closer to the edge, to the apex, but I'm also removing some as I'm stropping. So you're doing two things at once, okay? And then that's why you don't really see me have, with a piece of wood and or a burr felt, and you don't see me drawing my knife across a fork, a cork, or any wood. So this is for me the easiest, or really definitely the best way to remove your burr, because it's along with your sharpening, so you're doing two things at once, okay? You're polishing your knife and also you're removing the burr at a micro level, which I find gives me the best results. Now we're down to 4. Okay, we're going to 4 times. Okay, now we'll go 2 times. We'll go 2 times. We'll go 2 times, a couple times. There's no science to it. You can choose how many times you guys want to go. I'll go once now. We'll do that a few times, because now you're really pushing that burr onto the edge and you're going back and forth, and so you're removing very, very small bits of excess burr. Okay, here we are. Okay, so now for the test of truth. Will this cut? All right, so the stone looks all right. I'm gonna dry this knife off. Okay. All right, let me get some paper. All right, so. Whew, it's cold. All right, so let's see here. Huh? there it is. Okay. Very clean cut. Okay, very, very clean. My hand's very, very damp right now. Let's see here if I can get a better spot. Okay, so that's the feathering. Let's see if we fold the paper here. All right, so let's take a look. So the single sheet feathering, very, very clean. Very nicely done. I am quite impressed myself. And this is the fold, okay? So yeah, this knife from tip to tip. Let me go from do a full tip cut here, or full edge cut. Yeah, I mean it is sharp from tip to tip. Let's do a curved cut here. Okay, the paper's getting kind of weak. So yeah, I think that that is, you know, not bad of a session. That was only a few minutes, and obviously it's a little longer because I'm talking. And I'm only using just one polishing stone. So this, being a 3000 stone, it's not quite as fast as a 1000, but it also helped me polish my edge as well. So I'm quite happy with the result here. Okay, so yeah, there you go. That's how I sharpen a fillet knife or a boning knife. There are many ways to sharpen your knife. There's really never one method. Find the method that works for you, and stick with it. So, but for me, as you guys can see here, the result is quite good and very easy, very consistent edge, and doesn't really take a whole lot of time. All right, and you're just one stone, and you're stropping with the stone. You're also removing the burr with that one stone, all within the same technique. So for me, that's the easiest way to sharpen a knife. All right, so anyways, leave in the comments what you guys think. If there's any other technique that you guys want me to try with this stone or with this knife, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. But thank you for watching. If you guys can, do me a quick favor. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. That will let me know what my audience thinks of my videos. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.